Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Eichhoff, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Associate Director for Alumni Relations at John Carroll University. Thank you for joining this evening. We are glad that you logged on. It is well known that herbal tea has a number of health benefits, including stimulating the immune system, improving digestion, and lowering cholesterol. Tonight, Chelsea Hart Rubino, class of 2014, and Jerry Rubino, class of 2013, will share the story of Selva Tea, which features herbal teas sourced from jungles and other interesting ecosystems from all over the globe. Before I introduce Chelsea and Jerry, I wanted to share a few housekeeping items. Please ensure that you stay muted through the duration of the program, utilizing the chat feature for your questions. We will ask them to ask your questions of Chelsea and Jerry towards the end of the program. Additionally, I encourage you to view the program in full screen mode, as it will enhance your viewing experience. It is now my pleasure to introduce tonight's featured guests, Chelsea Hart Rubino, class of 14, and Jerry Rubino, class of 13. Chelsea Hart Rubino is a former John Carroll University women's soccer player and a biology graduate. Her daytime job is an application specialist at PPG, but she spends most of her time after work being the CEO of Selva Tea. Ever since she was a child, she has loved nature and the outdoors, which later became a key piece in her journey to start a unique herbal tea business. Jerry is a former John Carroll men's soccer player and an accounting graduate from the class of 13. He has been in public accounting for 7 years and is currently a tax manager at PricewaterhouseCoopers. Growing up in a family business and surrounded by entrepreneurs, his passion has always been to start a business. It is now my pleasure to welcome Chelsea and Jerry. Hi there. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric. Really appreciate you putting this on tonight. We're really honored to be able to do this.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Eric. We really appreciate you setting this up. And thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And I'm excited to tell you all about our new tea company, Selva Tea. We have a lot of fun things planned. First, we are going to talk about how Selva Tea started and where this passion came from to start this business. Then we're going to get a little bit into our teas and accessories and talk a little bit about those. We'll allow you guys to ask some questions, and then we have a fun giveaway at the end for some of our Selva Tea starter kits. So what really sparked Selva Tea was my passion for trying to find unique and remote places around the world to travel to.
And when Chelsea says that her passion is to travel to unique and remote places around the world, she's really not kidding. For example, a lot of people on their honeymoons are looking for a relaxing beach vacation. Maybe it's in Florida or maybe it's in Hawaii. However, when I approached Chelsea about what she wanted to do for her honeymoon, she convinced me to do a 12-day trip to Africa that consisted of 14 flights and over 48 hours of travel. So when she mentioned that her passion is to find unique and remote places around the world, I really have experienced it firsthand.
And to get a little more specific about where this passion really started, recently we have been planning a trip to the Amazon rainforest, which unfortunately was postponed due to COVID several times, actually. Hopefully we'll be going at the end of the year, fingers crossed. But while planning this trip, I came across some very interesting plants with some even more interesting health benefits that were native to the Amazon rainforest. And I actually bought some for myself online, and I fell in love with some of them. And I continued to research the topic more and realized, wow, there are so many cool plants with amazing health benefits around the world's jungles and forests and ecosystems that honestly I didn't really know much about or have even heard of some of them. And that made me think there's probably a lot of other people out there that haven't heard of these awesome herbs either. So that's why Selva Tea's mission is to introduce people to these unique herbs with these amazing health benefits from around the world's ecosystems. And this mission is what really inspired our slogan, "The roots of health begin in the jungle." And selva actually means jungle in Spanish. So that's where my passion for selva really started, and how I came up with this idea. But I really couldn't have done it without Jerry.
Well, I'm not sure about that. As you could tell, all of the vision, the branding, and the idea for Selva has come and continues to come from Chelsea, and ultimately why she is the CEO. However, I do like to consider myself the COO or the CFO. As Eric mentioned, I've been in public accounting for the past 7 years. So being a tax accountant, I needed another reason to put together an Excel spreadsheet, and why when Chelsea came to me about starting her own business, I jumped on the idea. Coming from a family of entrepreneurs and now having this accounting background, I really loved diving into, whether it was starting our own LLC, or the budgeting, or the pricing, or the margins, or the taxes, or even the logistics. So a lot of the things that really bore Chelsea and probably a lot of other people, sadly, get me out of bed every single day. So that's where I really like to think I contribute. And also, I've recently pivoted my career with PwC to be in a more tax technology role, building applications and websites. So I really enjoyed helping Chelsea get the website up and running, but also trying to make the most user-friendly experience. So you can kind of see how very different opposite backgrounds, me being an accounting major, Chelsea being a biology major, but I think it really fits well together in terms of starting our own business and complementing each other's strengths. But that's the way that I like to think I contribute. Probably not a COO or a CFO, probably just a bookkeeper, but Chelsea really is the CEO and totally, the vision behind Selva Tea. But the other thing that has made me really proud and believe in this company, as Chelsea mentioned before, is the health benefits that I've seen as Chelsea's introduced me to some of these herbs, and now I've started to drink tea on a daily basis. I probably overdo it. I'm drinking 4 or 5 cups of tea a day. But for those of you that know me from playing soccer at John Carroll, I'm always looking for a competitive edge or something that could take my body or performance to the next level. And getting older, this has been a lot harder. But once I've started getting to learn more about these teas and starting to make it more of a daily habit, and we'll go in more later about some of these teas and the different benefits that they have to offer. But, I really saw results when it came with helping with inflammation or giving me more energy at work, or just honestly sleeping better. So through all this and Chelsea's passion, she really has convinced me. And I also now truly believe in our slogan, the roots of health begin in the jungle. So that's kind of the backstory on how this all started, and really kind of our experiences have led to this. But I think what more people are excited about is to see some of our teas and the different products that we have to offer. So what I'm going to do now is actually jump into our website. Share my screen. This is our website, selvateas.com.
So Selva Tea specializes in organic loose leaf herbal teas. And we really did our research to source only the highest quality ingredients. All of our herbs are organic or wild and sourced from some of the best suppliers in the United States. And actually sourcing only organic or wild ingredients is really important to us because we want to provide the highest quality and the best tasting tea for our customers. And not only that, but we also don't want any harmful chemicals or pesticides to take away from our health benefiting herbal blends. And actually we take that really seriously. All of our suppliers really do pretty rigorous testing on these herbs, and they make sure that there are no heavy metals. They test for pesticides, herbicides, sulfates, moisture levels. So they take it pretty seriously. And that's why we actually have picked these companies to source our herbs. And currently, Selva Tea has 10 different tea blends that have ingredients from different ecosystems from all over the world and promote health and wellness. We have herbal teas that focus on everything from stress relief, sleep, anti-inflammation, energy boosting. We have pretty much a little bit of something for everybody. And as I mentioned earlier, we only provide the highest quality herbs for our customers. And you can really see that even on the pictures on our website. Jerry, do you want to pull up a tea real quick?
As you can see, this is how our business operates. Chelsea's usually telling me what to do. But here's our forest berry blend, and you can really see how fresh and how high quality the ingredients are.
And actually, every time I brew this tea, it's so hard for me to not pick out the fresh goji berries before I brew it because they are just so good. But while we have this tea up, Jerry, can you walk us through like the serving sizes and the packaging?
Yeah. So you'll see here we do offer 3 different sizes for each one of our teas. We have a deluxe sampler, which is 3 to 5 servings, which is if you're just trying to get started with us. But we also have a like it or love it size that really if you're trying to make tea a daily habit, those sizes are really good for you. But I think not only our sizes, but what's really important about our tea and what we spent a lot of time on researching as we began Selva Tea was our packaging. What you could see, or when we started researching other tea companies and other competitors, and we were trying to get the best user experience when creating or brewing your own herbal tea, we noticed that a lot of our competitors have these long, skinny packaging. And when you're trying to actually scoop the tea out of this package, it actually makes it quite tough. And if you're clumsy like I am, or if you're like Chelsea and I and maybe want to have a cup of tea after a couple of drinks, you might get a little shaky, and we never want to spill any tea, and especially Selva tea, right? So what we did with our packaging, and we had it custom made, and you'll see here, even with our smallest sampler sizes, which are kind of similar to these other samplers from other companies, you'll see that we have this very long and wide mouth on all of our packaging. And what that really does is that allows our customers to easily go in, scoop the tea, put it in your strainer. Because what we found out with these other companies was, we were tending to spill tea all over the place. And trust me, our kitchen got pretty messy. So I think our custom packaging is really one way that we try to be our competitors. And I think being new to the herbal tea experience, we brought in like a new perspective. And I really think that just the custom packaging is just one way we try to make that user experience better for everyone. And with not knowing herbal tea or trying to make things easy for people that might be new to herbal tea, you'll see not only on the website, but also our packaging, we have steps on how to brew each one of our teas, whether it's the water temperature that you need to boil the water at, or how much water you need to have to pour over, or the serving size of the tea itself. So those are just a couple of ways that we tried to really make things not only a good experience for those that have been drinking herbal tea for years, but maybe some of you who are brand new, kind of like what we were starting off. So it's trying to understand that whole market and really try to drive a good user experience for our customers.
And we also have, for each tea, we have top 3 health benefits that this tea kind of focuses on. For this one, it's immunity booster, free radical fighter, and anti-inflammatory. So we have that for each of our teas listed. And then we also have a Selva tea highlight, which highlights one of our more interesting herbs from around the world. So each of our tea blends also has one of these cool Selva tea highlights. And then we also have some Selva Tea Bundles, and these are actually great for gifts. They're also good for new herbal tea drinkers and or those just trying our teas for the first time. So we have the Selva Tea Bundle, and that just has our top 8 most popular teas in the deluxe sampler size. We have our Selva Tea Starter Kit, which has our 8 top teas again, but then that also comes with our Selva T1 Cup Infuser. And then we have the deluxe Selva Tea Starter Kit, which comes with our double-walled glass tea infuser bottle, which also contains our top 8 teas. And then we also have some duos, and each contain 2 different teas that both focus on a specific area of wellness. These duos are perfect if you're looking for help with a certain area like sleeping, or if you're looking to boost your immune system or an energy boost. And then we also have a couple of tea accessories.
I will say the immunity booster was my favorite. I did recently have my second COVID shot, which unfortunately I felt some of the side effects for, but the immunity booster that has our forest berry that we just showed you that has tons of antioxidants, whether it's goji berries or the elderberries, and then also our Feel Better tea. So if you're looking to either recover from COVID, or you're a COVID shot, or you're just having you're feeling a little sick that day, this immunity booster duo is great for you. And like Chelsea said, we also have the sleepy time and energy boost too. So if you're really trying to focus in on a certain area that you might need help in, these duos are really perfect for you. We'll move now on to the tea accessories. All right, Chelsea.
That's okay. So we have 2 tea accessories. These are included in our Selva Tea Starter Kits, but you can also buy them separately. So we have the double walled glass tea infuser, and this is great for both hot tea or iced tea, and it's great for on the go. You can even use it as a fancy water bottle. And then we have the Selva T1 Cup Infuser, and since our loose leaf teas, they don't come in an individual tea bag, you have to use something else to infuse these, and this is the perfect option to do so. So if you're starting loose leaf tea for the first time, I would highly recommend getting one of our Selva T1 Cup Infusers.
And they're great because they really fit in almost any normal size mug. So what I really like about them is it's an easy way just to grab any mug or coffee cup out of your cupboard and get your tea started.
And unlike a tea bag that doesn't really let the tea expand, this really has a lot of room in there to pack in the tea and also let the tea expand while it's brewing.
I think that's a big differentiator from us and what you normally see in your local grocery stores, because a lot of them come with tea bags, and I know tea bags might be an easier experience and might brew your tea quicker. However, when we did our research, we noticed that there are a lot of harmful either plastics or things that take away from the quality and ultimately the health benefits that you see more and get more with an herbal loose leaf tea. And then 2, I think our double walled glass tea infuser bottle is great, not only for tea, but even if you're trying to do something like a cucumber water or a lemon water, it's not only double walled, but it also comes with a thermal. So it's great to keep those things cold, or whether it's your tea or potentially water. So I think those really are our teas and our products that we have now. Being the 10.
We're getting more soon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Absolutely. And there are different types of bundles and accessories and all of our products. But I will say probably maybe even bigger than the tea itself, and what makes us proud about Selva Tea and using our platform is our new recent partnership with the charity and school. Chelsea, do you maybe want to go a little bit into it?
Yeah, so this school is located on the edge of Bwindi Forest in Uganda. And this area actually holds a special place in our heart. It was one of our favorite places we traveled to in Africa. We met some amazing people. And actually, at our hotel we stayed at, we met a housekeeper named Moses, who actually started this school from scratch, all himself and his wife. And he actually started the school because he became an orphan at a very young age, I think 3 years old, and the whole community raised him. And he was so appreciative of that he wanted to give back in some way. So he started this school to do so. And so this school really focuses on helping children in need and other orphan children.
I think almost all the children, which I think is around 300, are all either orphans or really disadvantaged children. And actually, when we were in Africa on our honeymoon, we were actually able to not only meet the person that started the school, but actually ran into some of the children of the school. And honestly, we were just so touched by not only like humble and real and honest they were, but I mean, also on a sadder note, they truly were just so unfortunate. And you could see that, even the chance of being able to go to school meant so much to them. And I think that's why now we're so excited to not only partner up with the school, but actually our first few months of sales, we were actually able to turn some of those proceeds, and we actually donated that straight to the Biwindi Plus School probably about a few weeks ago. So that was our first way to contribute, and how we plan on going forward to contribute to the school. So not only do a portion of all our sales go to the school, but we do allow this option to donate directly to the school if you're not actually interested in purchasing an NFT but still want to give back. All of these donations will go straight to the Biwindi Plus School. And I don't know about Kelsey, but this is just something that I'm really proud of, and really glad that we had the opportunity to do this. And I think this is going to be a big part of Selva Tea going forward. And like I said, with our recent donation, I think it was really cool. Actually working with the school, we sponsored 3 kids and we covered all of their expenses for the entire school year. So we're hoping to do more of that going forward. And you can see here just some awesome pictures of the school. And these are actually, that's one of the children that we are sponsoring. And it's really kind of sad, but happy that we are able to support them, knowing that some of these children are unfortunate and disadvantaged and most likely don't have a family or support system. So the fact that Moses and the school are really trying to give these children a proper education really means a lot to us. So that is basically about Selva, where it came from, our vision, what we have to sell. And I think, the Biwindi Plus School being a big part of Selva. Hopefully you guys now have a better understanding of what Selva is and what our mission is. But I think I'll actually now kick it back to Eric. I think we can open it up for some Q&A.
Awesome. Well, Chelsea and Jerry, thank you so much. I'm going to take down the screen real quick. There we go. Thank you so much for sharing your passion and Selva Tea with us. I know we've talked about the tea a bit in your company and how it came when we were doing some initial discussions on this program. But even just listening to you now, I learned so much more about tea. I never thought about having tea expand and breathe within, normally here's your tea bag and you just put it in and there you go. But that makes complete sense. Or the right temperature that tea needs to be at. I never thought of that. And maybe a good question is, first off, does each tea have a separate temperature that's perfect for them to steep in?
There is, and actually our suppliers kind of help us figure that out. But I also like to tell everyone, everyone has a different taste that they like. That's just a guideline. If it's not strong enough for you, steep it a little longer or add more tea. That's just a guideline.
And I'll say that I think probably 8 of our 10 teas are at boiling water too. So you'll see some of them are 206 to 212. That's really like your rolling boil, right? Some of the other teas might be like 180 to 195, and that's like more what they call like your fisheye boil. But that's really just what we suggest to provide the best experience and the best taste. But like you said, there are a couple different temperatures, and it is different.
Never even thought of that, right? So thank you for enlightening me, and I'm assuming all our other participants tonight. So you talk about what your preference is. I want to know what your favorite teas are that you offer. Like, which are the ones that you go to on the most frequent basis?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Start?
Yeah, I'll start, and I'll share it too again, just so you can see some of the ingredients and pictures. I would say my favorite is actually our Selva tea. This is our signature tea, and really has a couple different ingredients that really inspired our brand. Sumaroot, Guayusa, and cat's claw are actually all found in the Amazon rainforest. So these really kind of hit hard on our brand of finding unique and remote herbs from around the world that you won't find in your local grocery stores. But not only will you not find these, but they have amazing health benefits. So Sumaroot and cat's claw are famous for being anti-inflammatories. So I think that and also the Guayusa is like a healthier caffeine replacement that also gives you a kick. So I think that's why this one, it also tastes great, but I've really leaned into this one just because I'm looking for that energy boost either in the morning or the afternoon. And then also with the anti-inflammatories, like I said, with me trying to play in my co-ed soccer leagues, every Monday night I can barely walk Tuesday morning. So I've found that drinking the Selva tea and getting Sumaroot and cat's claw is really the anti-inflammatories has helped me recover from that. So Selva tea is definitely one of my favorites. I would say the other one that I really like, and if you can't tell, I'm interested in the ones that give me a energy boost, but our overtime oolong. So this one here also has caffeine and a pick me up that's either great for the morning or in the afternoon. But not only does it taste great, but it has shoshana berries, so something that I didn't know about before, and some of you others might not as well. But just another herb that's really unique that provides a lot of health benefits, whether it's helping you focus or increasing your brain functionality. I think shoshana berries is really well known to providing a lot of different benefits. So you can see here, so not only is overtime oolong great for mental performance, but you'll see also it has shoshana berries is known to be an adaptogen. So this one, as you can see, I'm always looking for a mental or strength and endurance boost. So this is really one of my favorites, and Selva tea and overtime oolong are two great ones if you're looking for something to give you an energy boost. But Chelsea, I'll let you get into yours if you want.
Okay, so my two favorites, I would have to say Pink Sunset. This is one of our floral teas, and I just really like floral teas. And it's also one of our sleepy time teas, and I like to sleep. So this has chamomile and lavender, which are both really well known for helping you get a good night's sleep, and not only helping you get a good night's sleep, but also helping you just calm down and relax and relieve some stress. So this is definitely up there for top teas, and it's also beautiful to look at, probably our prettiest tea to look at. And then my second favorite is probably Good Vibes. This has some really cool ingredients in it. The star ingredients are ginger and ginseng. Ginger is great for your stomach, and I've had stomach issues growing up my whole life, so ginger's always been one of my favorite herbs. And then ginseng is also a really popular herb right now. Actually, it's even hard to get. It's super expensive and hard to get, but it's known as an adaptogen too. And if you don't know what an adaptogen is, it's an herb that helps your body combat both physical and mental stress. They're really popular right now. And I love ginseng too as an herb. This also has some chamomile in it to help relax you. But I love the taste of this tea. I love that more spicy ginger taste. And this is what that tea really provides. Those are my two favorites.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking us through some of your favorites. I have to say, when I was looking at the website earlier, I was really amazed by how beautiful the blends that you offer are. They are just, I mean, they're just real. I had a hard time choosing which one I wanted to use for the PR, because all the blends are just really, really pretty. And Chelsea, you mentioned that, ginger has a bit of spiciness, right? And yeah. I know I am by no way, shape, or form a tea expert, but there's one of your teas that really kind of just like, and that's your Adapt to the Jungle tea. And I noticed that it has chili flakes. And again, I'm no expert, but I guess I would think that you don't often see chili flakes in tea. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's your favorite tea, so you can
yeah, I actually customized this blend, and you brought up chili flakes. That's really what I was trying to go with. I'm a big buffalo chicken guy. I love hot sauce. Okay.
Oh, God.
probably have 3 buffalo chicken wraps a week. So my taste is I love spices. And that's what we were trying to go with this tea. So for anyone that enjoys a spicy kick, the Adapt to the Jungle blend is perfect for you, because it gives you that little kick or that extra spice, which I really enjoy. And you mentioned the chili flakes, but there's also a couple other great herbs in there. And why it got its name, Adapt to the Jungle. Actually, what's in Adapt to the Jungle is ashwagandha. And ashwagandha is also another great adaptogen. It's probably one of the world's most renowned.
It's my favorite herb.
Yeah, that really helps either combat stress or makes you relax. So adaptogen, that's where it got its name, Adapt to the Jungle. And it also has turmeric, which is pretty popular in terms of like an anti-inflammatory or an herb that, helps promote health and wellness. So don't let the chili flakes, you will.
It's honestly a little too spicy for me, but I think it makes a great cocktail, like a spicy margarita cocktail. That's how I like to use the tea.
That's awesome. Like I said, I thought it was super unique and very, very cool, because again, you don't see that very often. I do want to invite anyone with us, if they have questions, to enter them in the chat now. And I'll take those from all of you and ask Chelsea and Jerry. So one thing that you just said, Jerry, that you kind of created that blend yourself. Is that something you did for each of these different teas? Do you hand select which ingredients went into each of the blends?
Yeah, so what we actually had to do first was vet out all the different suppliers, and we actually took some of their blends just to get an idea of what was out there and what tasted good. But we have customized all these blends ourselves and added our own tweaks and little adjustments to make them our own and to what we liked the most. I think we'll be drinking 10, 20 cups of tea a day for 6 months. So,
and our suppliers really help us through that process too. Okay. So what herbs will be best for which blend?
And for example, at Adapt to the Jungle, I think we went back and forth with our supplier 2 or 3 times, just trying to nail down the taste. So all these are unique from us, and we do really try to tailor to what tastes best.
Awesome. So one thing we got some questions coming in, but one question I did have is, I know when I speak with alums, I always love to know about how John Carroll impacted their experience, whether it be in their personal life or their professional life. So, tell me a little bit more about, Jerry, I know you were in the Bowler College, how maybe Bowler prepared you for, running Selva Tea, or or just like how like the university instill different values? Because I also love the fact that you're using Selva to help less fortunate people over in Africa, children in Africa. I think it's pretty amazing too. Tell us a little bit more about how Carol impacted you and your story.
Yeah, I think really, not only when I was at John Carroll, but how this event started today is really like a testament on how awesome the JCU community and network really is, and how can really help you even after school. Eric, how this started was I sent a few emails to some soccer guys that I played with at John Carroll, just letting them know that Chelsea and I started a tea company, and not thinking that much would come from it. I think in 48 hours, you and I were on the phone and you were offering to put up this event for us tonight to get us more exposure. So I think just one showing, just the JCU community itself has really already impacted Selva. But I also think, like you said, the Bowler School, I mean, being an accounting major, I don't think there's maybe a better accounting program in the country. And, Dr. Bloom's classes and all the marketing classes, I think have really prepared me to, take the small business head on. And to be honest, and for those people that run small businesses, you'll know that it's very costly to either get ads out there or hiring marketing agencies. But I think we've learned, or maybe it's my accounting or my maybe to be a little bit frugal. We have like a very lean operating model. So a lot of things that I've learned at Carroll, I was able to apply right away.
And even though I'm not really into business, John Carroll really took me out of my comfort zone and made me take classes that I normally wouldn't have taken. And I think that's really helped me with Selva Tea. And we also have this awesome community and the perfect platform to really find a way to start a charity. And I feel like we really need to because we're so fortunate to have this community, I really think we need to take advantage of it and give back in some way. And John Carroll has taught us that through the Jesuit way too. Yeah.
Well, that's phenomenal to hear how the university has contributed to both of your lives. So thank you for sharing. We have some great questions from our participants. First one, actually two from Thor Erickson. What do you use to boil water? Is there something specific you use? And then any recommended cocktails in making tea?
Oh,
Let me grab that.
I'm gonna have to think about
You want
this.
to take a cocktail?
Oh, I haven't really made that many. So, I mean, I don't do anything special or fancy. I'll make the Adapt to the Jungle, and I'll add some cheap tequila,
Okay.
And I mean, that tastes really good. I also like a hot toddy with our Pink Sunset, and also our Good Vibes. That tastes pretty good with like a vodka but hot. Those are pretty much like the only two I've tried. So if I need to really get out there and try some more, which I'm going to.
Okay.
But that kind of takes away from the health benefits a little.
Probably.
And then Thor, for your question on how you actually boil the water, which
needs clean,
which we just bought, and honestly is amazing, is the electric kettle. So it allows you to set your temperature exactly what you want to boil your water at, and it's much quicker. It boils in about
like a minute.
A minute, yeah.
Wow. That's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
So next question is from Sue Egan. She loved the presentation. Where do you have distribution? And then do you have any green tea or like a jasmine green?
So distribution wise, we don't have the storefront or brick and mortar, but we do have our website. So selvateas.com, and that's where you can go and purchase or either donate to our school. So right now, no brick or mortar, but we are trying to get out to like more events, or as things open up more with COVID, trying to get out to more trade shows. So hopefully, and maybe even around Carroll more. So hopefully you guys will be able to see us around and in the flesh, but you can always go to our selvateas.com to purchase anything.
And assuming you ship anywhere?
Yep. Anywhere in the United States.
Okay.
And we do actually have one green tea, it's sencha green tea with ceremonial grade matcha in it. I'm not a big green tea fan, but people love it. It's a pretty popular tea. I would give it a try.
Awesome. Brendan McCreary asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years as regards to Selva Tea? Like where would you hope it to be in 5 years from now?
Well, I would say right now, both of us have full-time jobs. So it's not like, we're ready to scale this up right now.
I wish I had time to work on it.
Yeah. And frankly, we being full-time employee, we don't have a ton of time to work on Selva, but I think what it's allowed us to do and why Selva Tea might take a little bit longer to get it where we want it to be is we'd rather really focus on our product, our user experience, getting the best tasting teas. For these first 6 months, we've taken a lot of feedback. So over the next probably year or two, our really focus is to hone in on our brand and our products. Brendan, I don't know about in 5 years if maybe I can offer you a job or not, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get there. But I would say that it's a big passion for us, and hopefully someday or in 5 years, this can be maybe full time for us. So there's definitely a hope and a wish, but I think everyone knows starting a small business and making it successful is really tough, and there's a lot of competition out there.
Yes.
Well, hopefully in 5 years we'll be doing this again, and we can learn about how Selva's overtaken Bigelow and some of the other tea companies out there. Our next question, you just kind of hit on it. You started a business in the middle of the pandemic. Obviously that has some challenges to it. But I don't know if that was the most difficult aspect of starting your own business, or if there's another one. So I guess the question is, what was the hardest part about starting Selva Tea? And maybe the follow-up would be, did that surprise you, or were you kind of expecting whatever your answer is to be the most difficult part?
Honestly, the pandemic kind of helped the start because I had more time to work on it because I was stuck in the house.
I also wasn't traveling for work as much either. So it honestly did give us more time in the past 6 months to really try to get this started. But I think that the hardest part is honestly just starting a business on your own. I think in going through everything that's necessary to make sure that you have a good product out there, and being both full-time employed, I think is probably our toughest. We'd love to spend more time and effort and taking things a little bit faster, but I think more than anything, the hardest thing is just time, right? I think.
Yeah, and just the whole business side for me is really hard to understand sometimes. Even editing the website and stuff, that's taken me a long time to learn, but I've learned a lot and I've gotten a lot better. So I would probably say all that business stuff that Jerry deals with.
And I yelled at to take care of every night. So.
And then I guess the last question, unless anyone else has anything, again, great presentation, really appreciated it. What forms of advertising are you using? Obviously, advertising has changed dramatically over the last, even the last 5 years. So it would be interesting to know, kind of as a startup, new company, what are you using to make sure people know about Selva?
Yeah, I would say
that's really an area we're kind of lacking in. We haven't really done much advertising.
It's very expensive. Right? Yeah. It's expensive to either do Instagram ads or Facebook ads, Twitter ads. Like, I had no idea that those could be $50, $100 just to reach out to, 1,000 people, which, might not generate any sales at all.
Right. Honestly, if anyone on the line has some information about that, we would love it if you sent us an email or something.
And I would say, we are trying to reach out through Instagram. We have a Twitter, we have Facebook. Those are really our main outlets right now for marketing. We've also done a lot with reaching out in the beginning, specifically with our own network and our own community, whether that was blasting it out to our friends and family, but ultimately we've reached out to our John Carroll network as well. So But I think we're doing that on purpose because, like I said, we're really trying to be new and a new company. We'd rather really focus in on our brand and our product prior to, trying to blast out or spending, a lot of money on marketing.
It makes sense. And, I think I speak for all of us who are on with you tonight. We wish you all the best as you grow Selva. I look forward to hearing more about it, and just very grateful that you were willing to spend some time with us tonight and talk about your journey and your passion for tea. It's been great having you. I do have one last question / favor to ask of you. So Jerry and Chelsea have been kind enough to offer 3 raffle prizes. And to do that, I'm going to have them choose 3 random numbers between 1 and 15. And then what I'll do is once we send out the recording that we've made, I'll let everyone know who actually won the prizes, and they'll ship them out to you. So go ahead and just choose 3 random numbers from 1 through 15.
I'm going to say 14.
Okay.
I'll do 8.
And 2.
All right. Were either of those your soccer numbers?
In high school.
Okay. Well, thank you again. We truly appreciate it. And thank you to all of you who joined us this evening. We hope you enjoyed the conversation with Chelsea and Jerry. I know I sure did. So before we say goodnight, I do have a couple updates for you and programs that I'd like to invite you to. Our next and final program for the academic year is on May 25th. It will be our final alumni author series for this year, and it will feature author Joseph Salem from the class of 1995. He will share his book, Love, Marriage, and Money, which provides a well-balanced outline for financial stability and responsibility that will benefit all couples. We're also looking to have a host of other programs over the summer. With Ohio opening up and other states as well, we're looking to have a combination of both in-person and virtual programming. So make sure you stay tuned to jcu.edu/alumni to see more programs. And a quick update. For all of our alumni interested in playing the alumni golf outing on Friday, June 11th at Sleepy Hollow Golf Course, or those celebrating their alumni reunion from the classes ending in 0, 1, 5, and 6 on Saturday, June 12th, registration is now open, and we hope that you can join us back on campus for a wonderful celebration. We're actually going to have fireworks on campus this year, so it should be pretty fun. For more information about those programs or any of our upcoming programs, including our Alumni Author Series, Scholarly Luncheons, our ACES programs, and our Alumni Spotlight like tonight, you can see and learn more at jcu.edu/alumni. Additionally, we invite you to view the recordings of all of our previous programs. This one will be on there shortly as well on our YouTube channel, and searching search John Carroll Alumni on YouTube. And then finally, please consider a charitable gift to John Carroll in support of our students, our faculty, and our entire campus community. If you have already made a gift this year, thank you for your generosity. If you have not, please join me in supporting JCU so that we can continue to deliver an outstanding education for our current and future Blue Streaks. Our fiscal year ends at the end of the month. You can make a donation by visiting jcu.edu/give. Thank you again for joining us. Take care, be well, stay safe, and onward on, John Carroll.